Hello friends, myself Chetan Sonar, and today we are going to discuss about the events in React components. So basically how we can handle the events into the React the normal way in our traditional applications. In our HTML code. How we just write the event in the normal in the small case, and then we just pass the JavaScript functions. So in React we just don't do like that, we just do in a different way. There's a different way to do that, to write the name of the events also, that we are going to see how we can do that. If you talk about events, so what are the different kind of events are there? So there are page load event, on click event, or mouse enter event, mouse leave event. So then, if you have any text box over there, uh, then there is a typing event on type, on key pressed. All these kind of events are there. If you have forms, then you have and then you have the submit button. Then there is a submit event. All these kind of events we are going to see in the today's video. So without really wasting any time, let's get started. Okay, so I'm back to my computer screen, and here I've created a new project for the React events. And what we are going to do, we are going to handle two events over here, is basically. So what I'll do first, so if you see over here, it's default page, and I will just remove all the code from the app component. I'll just keep that with the class name app, and let's just write a div over here. I'm writing a div, and here in that I'll be writing a h3 tag. So, and there will be a text, click me. So what we are going to do, we are on the click of this text, we are going to call the method, and on that method we are going to change the color of the particular text. Okay, so font color of the text. So for that, what we are going to do, we are going to create two classes, one with the black font and one with the red font. And on the change, on the click, we are going to toggle those classes. So let's get started. Okay. So first of all, what I need to do, I will just create two classes over here. I'll create black font, okay, dot black font, and then here I'll say color equals to black, and then here I'm going to create red font. Let's say I'll say color equals to red. Okay, these are the two classes I've created, and what I'm going to do over here, to manage the state into the React components, we need to handle this through the state feature, and that in the functional components, how do we access through that? Through the use state hook. So if you're not aware about the use state hook, just check out my other video where I've explained the use state hook. So now I'll just write, let's say class name. So I'll say click class name, because we are writing a click event. So I'll say click class name, and then I'll say set click class name, where I have just, this is the method to set the variable value. I'll say use state, and here I will pass the default value. And here I'm going to pass the default value as the black font. Okay. And here we are going to say class name equals to this click class name. If you now just see, it by default have black. So if I just change the value to red font, default value to red font, then it's red. So that's how it's dynamically changing. So that is working fine. So what we are going to do, I'll just replace it back to the black font. Now to handle the click event, we need to write a method over here. So I'll say on click event handler, and I'll write a arrow function, and here I'll say console.log clicked. Okay. So in React, how do we handle the events? We just write in normal HTML. How we write? If I want to write a click event, how do I will write? Like this, all letters in small case, And here I used to write just click and then parentheses like this we used to write. Okay, but in React we don't like write like this. What we do, just equal to and curly braces, as we are going to pass the dynamic value, the variable value, and what we do, we'll just pass the reference of the method over here. So here, so on click, this event is the reference of this event is given to this, but here the C will be capital, as this is a camel case. In React we write the events in a camel case. Okay, so now let's just check. I've just refreshed the page and open the console and click. It's clicked. It's getting called. Now, what you are gonna do? So I'll just change the set click class name to red font. Okay. Now if you just check again, okay. So now if I click, it's changed to red. But if I again click, it does not change to black. So we need to just toggle it. So what we'll do, we'll just say we'll use the ternary operator to decide the class name. Class name equals to, if the click class name equals to black font, then return red font, else return black font only. Likewise, you are going to use that, and I will just pass this variable value to the set click class name. Okay. And now if you just see, I just refresh. I have not clicked anymore, so it's by default black. I've clicked, become red. Now again click, it became red. Again click red. So it's toggling the color. So this is one thing. Now we are going to see how we can do that in a mouse over event. Okay. So mouse means over event in JavaScript we say mouse enter and mouse leave. What we are going to do, I'll just write one more div over here and say h3 over me. Okay. And I need to write the mouse enter event. So in this, when we write the whole event, so it's mouse enter and mouse leave. Okay, so that event we need to write, right? So I'll say on mouse enter handler arrow function, and then here I'll say const console.log, sorry, entered, mouse entered. Let's just pass it over here. We can also do one more thing on mouse. Okay, we can directly pass the reference also, and we can also do one more thing. We can pass call an arrow function, and we can call it like this. So this is same, means we are what we are doing, we are passing the reference of arrow function, which is internally going to call the on mouse click mouse enter have handle. Okay, we can do like this, but here we need to just write the parenthesis. So that's one thing we need to handle. Okay, and here we can call multiple methods inside of it. So that is one way. And here also we get a event object. I can see event. Okay, when I write an arrow function like this, then we get event object. And here in the case of click, we get the event object over here. So whichever the event is going to be clicked. Okay, so for that object is going to be get over here. So like this. Okay, and if I just now mouse enter, I'll say I need to write one more use state. Need to create one more use state for that. I'll say hover class name equals to set hover class name use state. I'll say black font By default, it's black. Okay. And we are going to pass this to here. Variable value goes into the curly braces. Okay. Now on this event handler, we'll just say set hover class name. We'll call this and we'll say red font. Okay. So now if we see, if I just enter, then it's red. But if I leave, it does not get changed back to black. So for that, we need to write a code. We need to write a mouse leave handler. So I'll say const on mouse leave handler, and here I'll say okay. And if you just see, I'll just copy and paste it. And here I'll say black font. We need to pass this event to a particular div. I'll say on mouse leave equals to on mouse leave handler. Okay. So now if you see, it's changed. If I'm inside, if I'm hovering over, and then it's red. If I'm back, going back, then it's black again. So this way we can handle the mouse enter, mouse leave events, and all the other methods can also be handled like this. We need to just write it in a camel case that we need to take care. Also, there is one more difference over here. Normally, if we write the JavaScript event, what we do, we say like this. If you want to prevent the natural event, okay. So let's say if you have a submit button, form submit button, and then you want to prevent it from getting refreshed, from posting the page, okay, and getting refreshed. So what we do normally, we write say, just like save, it's a save button, and we say return false. Okay, so this way a normal button click or any other events we do like this. Just returning false will also work. That it does not refresh the page. Okay, but in React, return false does not work. We need to handle it manually. We need to call the event object. We need to get the event object, whatever here, and we need to call the event dot prevent default like this. Okay, so that is one thing. Like this we need to call. And one more thing, like we can also pass a value over here. Maybe if instead of black font and red font, instead of taking it from here, we can also say we can write a common method and we can execute over here. Let's say I'll say on hover handler, and I will take the variable from here, class name, and I'll just pass the class name here directly. Okay, I'll just remove this console.log, so that means you will not be get confused. I'll just now if I just call this here, and I'll say on mouse enter red font, the class name is red font, and here I'll say black font. So what I'm doing over here, I'm just passing the value to the function, the whichever is like on the click here, on the mouse either enter and mouse leave handler. You're just passing the value to the functions from here. In the loops also you can do like this. If you have loops in your code, you can do like this. You can pass the ID of the particular thing or like that. Okay. So that way we can do. Let's just check whether it's working or not. if you see over me, and that's working fine. So that's how we handle the events in the React, and you can check how we can do that. So, and if you're not aware about the use state hook, you can check out my other video in that I've explained the use state hook. So that's it for today. Thank you.